EagleRunnerBill.com. Hey, Eagle Runner Bill here. I think my front disc brake on his motorcycle is dragging a little bit. As you can see, when I release the lever, it doesn't close all the way. Just barely closes, and that front brake is dragging just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do a rebuild of this brake reservoir. Man, what is that growing in there? I don't know, but I better clean all that up real good. This is unbelievable. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fluid out. I put a hose on my caliper bleed port, so I make sure I contain that fluid. I don't want to pollute. Make sure I keep it contained. Also, I put rags all over the motorcycle. You get one drip of this brake fluid on any of your paint, it's going to eat it right off. Here's the overhaul kit that I bought online. And as you can see, nothing to it. I got a boot, a spring, snap ring, and a plunger. That's all there is to it. Go ahead, I think I've got all the fluid drained out of here and pumped out. So now I'm going to go ahead and disassemble everything. Corrosion everywhere. This motorcycle thinks a 99. Remove my brake fluid line to my caliper. It's very important that when you tear this apart, you make sure you don't add any contaminants. I'm going to remove the boot from the outside of that plunger. I got a new one of them, came with that kit. Go ahead and remove my reservoir from the handlebars. Be careful, there's your brake light switch right there. They're pretty fragile, don't break it, it probably costs a fortune to replace. Be very careful with it. And there's my two connectors. Brake reservoir is pretty badly contaminated. And that's horrible because you got to remember this thing has bleed ports that are as small as 10,000ths of an inch. Deep in there is a snap ring. I'm not going to show you me removing it because I don't have a snap ring pliers that goes deep enough to get it out. So I'm going to have to try to rip it out with a pair of needle nose. But anyways, that snap ring is what holds your plunger in. I got it out. Now that I have that snap ring out, just pull that plunger right out. I don't want to do much with it. I want to compare it real closely to my replacement to make sure I have exactly the same item. You want to do that right away because if you put the wrong part in there, it isn't going to work. It's going to give you a big headache. Go ahead and assemble it so it's identical as the one that I removed. Go ahead and install it. Got everything clean now. Go ahead and install it. Make sure everything moves nice and freely. It's not too loose. It's not too tight. Nothing gets snagged. And there's my snap ring. I just got to go ahead and install that. Remember, I'm not a professional, and this video is just for entertainment purposes. You need to know what you're doing here. But this here, I'm just showing you how I do it. Could be wrong because I didn't even read the book on it. I just fix it. I got my new boot on. Seems to fit nice. Reservoir is all cleaned. Go ahead and put it back on the handlebars. I'll get this all snugged up. After I know everything's right, then I'll readjust it to the fit that I like. Now I'm putting on the caliper fluid line. Get that nice and tight. You don't want it leaking. I cleaned the lever up pretty good and add a little grease just to keep it from too much wear. Got the corrosion off the bolt and nut. Everything's going together real smoothly. It came apart real nice. And now I've got a good feel, good spring action. It literally closes all the way. So now I'm going to try to get my fluid running back through all my lines. Just keep pouring it in and pumping the handle, pouring it so I got a good flow. Let me get the reservoir cap back on. Make sure it's on there nice and snug, seals in place. Pump that fluid through there, get it nice and tight. Bleed that system, crack it a little bit once it's tight. Let the air out, tighten it back up. Pump it. Once you got it good and tight and it doesn't drain out, should be good to go. Pretty easy job, not much to it. Snaps back real good. Looks like that's a fix there as long as I have no leaks. Make sure you get it all back together. Go in the back, check that back light. Make sure you didn't break the switch and you got it all together. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.